Welcome back to Nice 1983 Amiibo Collecting. Guys, this is the Skylanders Addendum Volume 3. And we are back. That very same coworker who lent me the Donkey Kong also gave me the chance to go ahead and review the Dark Edition Bowser. So, if you haven't guessed by now, we're doing Dark Edition Bowser. So let's go ahead, pull him up front. Alright. So, Dark Edition Bowser, like the Dark Edition Donkey Kong, sports a all black paint job with a silver painted armor. The all black looks a lot better than the standard issue again. This, again, I talked about not liking the separate entry points with a Dark Edition and with a Standard Edition. Now, while I do think that the Bowser has a better paint scheme, there are still some really egregious errors on the Bowser. The spikes. The tips on all the spikes on the back shell, all the paint on the tips is scuffed off, so the black under base coat shows through the top of the spikes on at least this version of the figure that I'm bringing you today. This again is a quality control issue that is not fair. And now this is an even more egregious error because this is for the Dark Edition, which, from what I was explained to by that coworker, is geared towards the collector. So that is a travesty in a nutshell. Not even the standard version, which has its own egregious paint scheme, has the same error that is on what is considered the collector's edition. That's ridiculous. Yesterday I said that the Donkey Kong gave me hope for the Skylanders and Activision and Toys for Bob. This figure takes it away all over again, which is a shame because what the parts that are painted right are really painted right. It's actually different to see Bowser in this paint scheme. I think the Donkey Kong all dark worked better. Bowser in all dark looks a little odd. It looks good though. It's just a very different take on the character. Again, this time the errors are they're too big to ignore. It really hurts the figure, hurts it even more when we consider that it's a collector's edition. Let's move this to the back. The clown, I'm just gonna call it the clown car, I don't remember what it's called, is, same mold. The paint scheme, all black, it loses the shininess that the standard version had, which is a shame. But, it does look cool in black. It looks very cool in black. I'm still appreciating that. The silver looks nice on this particular figure. I think it looks good. I had no problem with this clown's car in the first edition, in the standard edition. I thought it was kind of the saving grace. But yeah, it looks good. So that's, not much change here. It still looks very good. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Now we have 4 separate versions of Bowser, and they're all in a similar pose. I don't know if this is a Nintendo thing where they can't have a Bowser in a different pose. Maybe it's a mandate that they have. I really wish they would switch it up a little bit. And I know these two in the center aren't Amiibo, but I feel like this was an opportunity to get a Bowser with a different pose, and they didn't capitalize on that. I didn't say that before, but that's something I felt like they didn't capitalize on. Getting a different pose. The only difference here is this version of Bowser isn't as wide as the previous two releases of Bowser and the hammer. But yeah. So, I still think the Amiibos sport a better, the Amiibo Bowsers have a better sculpt than the Skymiibo Bowsers. At this point, it's to be expected. Alright guys, it's score time. Now, seeing as how I was told that the Dark Editions are supposed to be the definitive collector's editions of these particular figures, this figure has one of the worst paint jobs I've seen as far as Amiibo are concerned. This is a severe dip in quality. This is unacceptable, especially since the Dark Edition is supposed to be marketed towards the collector's base. If this is what you're offering the collector's base, you will not have a collector's base for much longer, and you might as well just stick to the standard issue releases, because this is a bad figure. While overall it is better than the standard figure, it is not as good as the Donkey Kong figure, which I felt really rectified a lot of the mistakes. This figure fixes the mistakes of the standard edition, but then it comes with a whole wealth of its own problems. This figure is so bad that I can't even form a complete thought about how bad it is. So guys, this one gets a 4. Straight up 4. Like I said the other day, this was a cash grab, and in this particular instance, this cash grab is really egregious, and it's almost a slap in the face to people who are fans of this series. And anybody who comes from the Amiibo world into this, I feel bad, because I came into it from the Amiibo world, and I feel bad that I have seen and purchased into this franchise. It will be the last time, I assure you though. Alright guys, so this gets a 4. Not much else I can say about it. That's going to be it for today's episode. As always, you can hit me up on Twitter at nice1983. You can email me at nice1983@gmail.com. And as always, please comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. I appreciate any of the feedback. Got some feedback on these Amiibo episodes. So I'm appreciating it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And watch out for Amiibo hunters on the prowl.